Good morning, everybody, or everyone. Thank you for staying with us after the coffee break. I am responsible for the healthcare sector in InterSystems in Spain, and I'm going to talk about healthcare and how the IoT affects the healthcare, what we call the mobile health. And my thesis is that without interoperability, there is no IoT, meaning that we need a platform that will control and interoperate with the devices and with the healthcare systems, mainly the electronic health record or electronic medical record, EMR. First of all, let me show you something about, just a little bit about InterSystems. As you see, we are talking about the engine or the platform. Well, when we talk in the healthcare sector, we talk about IoT or devices, wearables. It's always linked to the mobile health, or normally is linked to the mobile health. And we think it's useful for the patients as they will have a more complete and enriched the electronic medical record, EMR, and also for the population management, as we will be able with all these devices to have more clinical data about the population, and the healthcare authorities will be able to forecast and to plan healthcare programs, which will be more useful. Normally, the IoT is related to the smartphone and the devices we can control or we can connect to the smartphone. We are talking about all these devices we can see nowadays, and which from providers like WeThings, that they have many devices that can be connected to the iPhone, and mainly they are related with healthcare parameters or healthcare indicators, like how many steps we are walking a day, which is our blood pressure, the heartbeat rate, etc. But for the IoT, there are more important things, that is all this information, how it's going to reach the healthcare systems, either public or private, and how this information is going to help to have a better health by patient, by citizen, and by the population in general. Talking about wearable devices, I have put some data about the situation of wearable devices and some numbers, and we are using numbers because probably we are not very sure yet that these devices are going to help us at least in the healthcare area. It seems that they are going to be helpful, but there is no massive evidence of this help. Wearables will have a significant and pervasive impact on the economy in coming years, because we will have to interact in a different way with our technology, with our environment, and with each other. And the devices will make us change the way we interact today. We are talking about smart watches, glasses, smart clothing. There are many devices that are related with the healthcare indicators of a person. The wearables market is a lot bigger than we think today, as they are between 3 billion and 5 billion dollars today, and they will reach 30 billion to 50 billion in 3 years' time. So this market is increasing, then the amount of money is increasing, so the amount of devices are increasing. I think somewhere I read there were about 40 billion devices in few years. People also like to have to use these devices with their smartphones. About 50% of the owners of a smartphone would like to buy a wearable device. And also perhaps 6% of the total global, there will be 6% of the total global market in electronics. And the forecasts are that 6.4 billion of connected things will be in use worldwide in this year, and up to 30% from 2015 growth, and will reach about 20.8 billion in 2020. So these are many different types of devices and many different types of wearables, and these are going to be in use more and more every day. So we have to be prepared to know what to do with all the information these wearables are going to create. Talking about M-Health and IoT, we see there is a lot of complexity because we have a lot of devices that they capture massive amounts of data, minute by minute or day by day, and all this information we would like to have it in our electronic medical record, personal health record, to monitor our activity and our health, either if we are healthy or not, or we have chronic disease, to see or to change the way of life, how we are. There are many applications about what we have to eat, using the devices, which exercise we have to do to prevent any disease, especially those that are related with the aging, and control also the daily activity of the patient. But there are also, as you see in the tabs on the top of these figures, there are many different types of medical information that is important to be able to record. But we don't need all, because all this information that are provided or created by the devices coming from saving them in the electronic health record is not useful. The doctors don't need, the professionals don't need all the information. They need some, and especially those that are out of the range that I say for the patient. So we will need to be able to identify which information is important for the person, which information is important to be saved in the personal health record, and which information is important or will be useful for the population management. And this population management means talking from a social point of view, means how we can improve the health of the citizens in general. But also this information could be used and probably will be used for economical targets, like to know what my customers are going to do and how I can sell them more goods. As we see in the bottom line, the professional will use this data to better diagnose our pathologies. This information coming from the wearables will help to have better diagnosis and better treatments. And also, for us, for the patients, we will be able to control what is called patient empowerment. So we are an actor of our health. We are active patients. We control our health also with these devices. We can access to our electronic medical record, and we can check the treatment and the adherence to the treatment. This is one of the biggest problems within the healthcare, is how the patient is following the treatment is being prescribed by the doctor. The percentage of people that doesn't follow this or don't follow this treatment, the treatment is high, and this is costing a lot of money and is causing deaths. Well, the European Commission, I'm reaching my thesis. No? The European Commission published a consultation on mobile health on April 2014. And they identify some actions that were needed to the development of the mHealth and then the use of wearables. They were talking the need of security, big data, and privacy. That means we are dealing with massive amounts of data and protect users' privacy at the same time. Dealing with a lot of information and being able to control and secure the privacy of the users. Interoperability, and I have put it in big and bold letters, and European standards. Interoperability to connect the devices and get the maximum outcomes from the potential of mHealth generated by the big data. At the end of the day, we can have a lot of data, big data, but what is important with the big data is how we can analyze this big data and get knowledge of the information the big data contains. And there are also important things like to be sure that this big data has quality. The data has quality. It's information that is good. It's not rubbish, to say in one word. The interoperability will integrate the mHealth solution with the electronic medical records and the health and the electronic health records. Electronic medical records, we can say they are at the level of the patient. Electronic health record is at the level of the one region or one national health record for all the patients. And the European standards are important because we need to define the same way for everybody to treat the information. If not, the information, the healthcare information that is created in Germany won't be understood in Spain and vice versa. We need a way to use standards that help us to use the information in the same way. It's called what is called semantic interoperability. Patient safety and legal framework, certification, and quality of the mHealth application. There are many apps accessible from the mobile, but there is a need to certify that this app that I'm going to use is certified by the official body and also has the quality that we will require. Create clinical evidence that these devices are useful and the mHealth is useful for the patient and for the healthcare authorities to be able to increase the use of the mHealth. And also for those that develop and sell mobile apps or app for the mobile health, to define a way to fund and reimburse the investments that these companies are doing. It's a way because we are our habit now is to download applications and we don't pay for them. But the companies that develop this application, they need to get money to continue developing more applications that are going to be useful for us. And the conclusions of the experts after this consultation is that the mHealth is a preliminary phase, is in a preliminary phase, but it will be a key piece in the future of the mHealth. So the devices will be very important. Also, we are starting, it will be very important to implement the mHealth. And the mHealth plays an important and a fundamental role in the shift from a healthcare focus on cure the pathologies towards one healthcare system focused in prevent the pathologies. The mHealth will help in this shift. At the end, interoperability is needed, and is needed to be thought from the beginning. We say in InterSystems to have a strategic interoperability, meaning that from the beginning, when we are defining the systems, the processes, the protocols, the clinical protocols, we have to think in the interoperability, because there will be many systems that the patients and the professionals will be interacting with. And it's important we think from the beginning. This phrase from this Michael Whitty and Simone Miri, I don't know if they pronounce like that, the names, says that it's important that the exchanging of data is done and is used to take the best decisions, and it's crucial to have a healthcare system that is effective and coordinated. This is important, coordinated healthcare. Well, I have reached my thesis. Is using one Oscar Wilde's play, which is called The Importance of Being Ernst. I say there's the importance of being interoperable, which is a very difficult word to pronounce for me. Interoperability is very important in healthcare. Everywhere you go in a congress or in a meeting or seminar in healthcare, everybody's talking about interoperability. Because we know there are many different systems and organizations that they have their own data, but we need to exchange, because the citizens and the patients, we are moving between different healthcare organizations, private, public, private, and it's important that there is interoperability. And for the IoT, it is also very important, because we need, as I said before, we need to integrate every device, every system, every app. We need to orchestrate all the information and all the processes that are started from the moment my mobile is counting the steps I'm walking every day, and they have to be sent, and which has to be sent, and which data or which figure is important from all the figures I have my mobile sends every day. And also it's important to know that we can store all the data, which is going to be, we know it's going to be massive. And it's important also to establish some rules that will define how this data is going to be processed, and which actions are going to be taken when one device that is measuring the blood pressure goes to a level which is very high for the patient or for the citizen, and a clinical action has to be taken, like to call or to send an ambulance or whatever is needed to make sure that his life is not in danger. At the end, the healthcare interoperability platform is going to speed up the deployment of the mHealth and the IoT solutions. So this is important. Well, those are in Spanish for those that can read in Spanish, is what all this interoperability platform is going to provide. We need a unified vision of the patient. We have to incorporate the mHealth and the IoT. It is going to help us. We'll do also the interoperability platform. Will do analyze in real time the data that is coming to take action in real time. And also, we are providing to our customers a proof technology, very solid, very stable. We are a partner with experience and commitment with our customers, and a lot of experience in the healthcare sector, also in the interoperability area across any other sector. And we work to get excellence and to provide the best support to our customers. I'm going to finish with one video of one experience we had with Intel in the USA, and you can see. at the end, what you see is that a better connected health will be useful for the patients and for the professionals. Here we have seen one little example of how to improve the adherence of the patient to the treatment and how this is going to save her life in this story. Thank you very much. You can reach me by email or outside in the meeting area if you wish. Thank you very much.